All right. We're just about there. We're just about there. Heard myself, though, and we need that to go away. All right. Cool. Looks like all the chats are going. Gonna get TikTok going as well. And now we're ready and rolling. We're going to go ahead and write and record a song day 15 of January. Write and record a song every single day. Random word is sick. I wouldn't say that I'm sick, but I am kind of tired tonight. But is there a sick? There is. You got to be kidding me. There is no song title in the history of the Songfight archives with the word sick. So we're picking something else. Tumor. Well, and spelled with the British spelling of tumor, too. That's a no. How about some? That'd be perfect. Some. S-U-M. Yeah, summer and summer. Yeah, so that doesn't count. Pill. There's take a pill, but I wrote one for that. Poison pill. Poison pill is one of them that I've not written, and I think that's my title. Poison pill. Okay. Poison pill it is. Huge snow day over there. Oh, university was close to your home. Wow. See, there you go. Go Tiston. Nothing like a good snow day. Most days do feel like snow days here just because of the fact that I work from home. No commute. That's one of my favorite parts of one of my many favorite parts about working from home is no commute. All right. And I am spacing on the term poison pill. Like that's I know that there's a tactic used by a company threatened with an unwelcome takeover bid to make itself unattractive to the bidder. Got it. Defensive measure used by public companies to defend against hostile takeover attempts by third party. All right. Campus is an hour away. Well, there you go. That's quite the commute. All right. Well, let's see what we can do about writing a new one. I want to keep it real simple today because I do feel tired. I feel like I could use some sleep. So I do think I'm on a different guitar sound. Maybe I don't. No, maybe I don't. Maybe I don't. Because I hit that, and it sounded good to me. Slower tempo, even though I'm, all right, that'll work. So let's see. We're going to write and record a song, as we do every day in January. This is the very beginning of it. About 5 minutes in right now. We're going to get tuned up, though, first, I think. I like that tempo, though. The tempo's good. Or, hey, hear me out. Let's go drop D on this one. That's sharp. I probably could play Smells Like Teen Spirit if I was doing covers. I'm writing and recording an original song, and that's what I'll be doing all this month, is writing and recording a song that I'm writing. So no covers this month. Next month, who knows? But this is Jamuary. This is year 8 of Jamuary, where I write and record a song from start to finish. Normally takes between 2 to 3 hours, and I'm right at the beginning. So this is kind of the boring spot, but it's also like probably picking out the chord progression. That's where I'm at right now. I may want a little faster than that. Yeah, I like that. That's the verses, probably. Yeah, that's not bad. Where do I want to go from there? Okay. That's simple, but I like it. Make that a pre-chorus. I'm gonna put headphones on too. Yeah, that's a little different than what I did, but I like that better. So let's do something like that. It'll be... Okay, that could be good. I like that. Ooh. That's fun. Okay. There will be no covers. Writing and recording a song every night this month. No covers. Not playing songs. I'm writing a song for the 8th year in a row for January. Write and record a song every night since January 1st of 2019. January rolls around, writing and recording a song every night. That's what we're doing. Okay, I was going. How did I do that? So, okay. Okay. So it's gonna be. Yeah, I like that. Nobody can play this band, bro. Nobody, well, I don't understand what you mean by that, but I'm writing and recording a song. I'm not trying to play a song. I'm writing one. So, whatever that means. Yeah, that works. And that'd be... I don't know if that's gonna work. Okay. Okay, that'll work. And then into... Yeah, that works. And then from that, and then verse, that would be pre-chorus. Do that for the ending. All right. Well then, let's see if that's enough to finish the song. Intro. Building a structure right now. Verse. Okay. Pre-chorus. Chorus. verse. Pre-chorus. Chorus. Might even just end it here with 2 choruses and then an outro. And then the ending. Yeah, comes out to just around 2.5 minutes, so I am not mad at the length. I'm just gonna go knock out some drums, I think, next here. So let's do that. Set this up for that. All right, structure's written. 23 minutes, not bad. So the structure's written. I'll record some drums. I'll be off camera. I'm not gonna bother moving that tonight, but you'll hear it. It'll be loudish, and it won't be great drumming, but it'll be enough for what I'm doing. All right, here we go. That worked. Hello, why are we behind him? Because I did not bother moving the camera tonight. Some nights I move it, sometimes I don't. Mostly I get a lot of requests for covers. When I'm not covering a song, I'm writing one. All this month, I will be writing and recording original songs. This is the 8th year in a row that I've done it. It's part of a thing called Jamuary. Write and record a song every day in the month of January. Sorry you had a bad day today. Maybe this will help, maybe it won't. I think we're going to throw down bass next. You have a garage band, but your amp caught on fire. Guitarist, mess with your amp and turn the level up to max and overload. Well, that does not sound like a fun time, admittedly. Bassist, cool. All right. Bass is my most comfortable instrument, but doesn't necessarily mean I'm particularly good at it. I wouldn't say that I'm a virtuoso on anything that I play, but I have other strengths. Now, I don't know if you caught that part. I'm not playing any cover songs tonight or the rest of this month. What I'm doing is writing and recording an original song every night this month. That's what I'm doing on here. So there will be no covers for this month. Next month, maybe. But right now, we're writing something original. Been doing this since January 1st of 2019. So if you count all of the songs up, it's over 200 songs that I've written and recorded. Show it then? I'm literally creating it as we go. I can show what I got. Thus far, it's guitar and drums. I'm about to add bass to that. But if we count the ones that I've done thus far, it's 31 songs times 7 years is 217 songs. Tonight is day 15. By the time I am done, this will be my 232nd original composition from... Oh, I can play bass now. See, the whole point of doing this with Jamuary is writing and recording it in a single day and every day. And I finish most songs in about 2 to 3 hours. And I'm currently 29 minutes in. So here we go. What do I do here? I think I'm slightly out of tune though too, so we'll fix that real quick. All right, that's right, because I detuned down to a D, but that doesn't excuse the B for being low. Yeah, we're a little off. That tracks. It's like, that sounded cool, but it wasn't sounding right. That would be why. Tune up. Yep, that'll work. All right, that should be at least closer. So, that's right. All right, well, have a good night. Have a better night. Hello there, 4G8s. Okay, that's why. I'm like, why does that sound weird? see if I can get that isolated to where I'm playing it right. Okay, that's why. See if that's about right. Okay. I've been watching you for years, been learning from your covers for years. Well, that's cool. Thank you for that. Thank you for showing process, not asking for covers, by the way. Love Jamuary. Yeah, totally cool. Yeah, and you cover a Billy Joel, I Don't Want to Be Alone Anymore is best set. Well, that's, you know it from the Acoustic Song a Day ones for that. And Sea of Zombies, like, it's funny. Someone came in here that was a Captain S fan the other night, and they were talking about hopeless and conflict approaches being their favorites. And I would say those are two of the best songs that I did for Captain S. But Sea of Zombies is probably my personal favorite, what you would call the dark horse or black horse. Like, I think it's dark horse is the term, where it's the one that doesn't get as much love, but that I think it's a good one. So that's cool. All right, here we go. It's going to be too many clicks. Yeah, we don't want that many clicks. We want one bar. From the beginning, but it's coming together. That's fun. That part's especially fun. Ooh, no, 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 no. Redo that. Redo record. We do not want to lose that. 2, 3. I had the right idea. My hand slipped, but I had the right idea of where to go. Getting a little closer to right. Got a nice little groove to it. If I could play it right, that'd be great. Good enough up to that point that we're going to call it, and we're going to punch in. Little mess up up there. We are getting. Okay, right idea. Yeah, that was good. Did I hit the right last note? I think I did. It just didn't ring out much. Gonna add a second guitar for sure. Yeah, I kind of want a note that rings out better for that last note. I love ELO and Jason Faulkner. I love them both. There's I'm not going to name the name, but there was a person that I met that worked in the industry, and one of the carrots that he kind of dangled over my head was that he would introduce me to Jason Faulkner, but it never happened, so. Yeah, I don't know Talkie, but I bet I would. And it's not like I know everything that Jason Faulkner's done, but the stuff I've heard, my God, he's awesome. Like, I know that Beavis and Butthead definitely didn't like Very Best Years by Graze, but I love that song. All right, let's see what we can do with Guitar 2. Oh, you met him? Ah, house concert. I've heard he does. He has done house concerts. Who knows if he still does? I could potentially try to murder Stairway to Heaven, except for the fact that I'm not playing covers tonight. I'm writing and recording a song. It's what I do every night in January. I write and record a song every night. This is year 8 of doing so. So it's over 200 songs that I've written and recorded. I'm not stopping now. So no covers. You know what? The other guitar was in drop D, but I think I'm gonna raise this one to standard. So one guitar will be in standard, one will not. I kind of like that. Like, why is it not going? Because I'm probably on the wrong channel. Let's tune up. Not Jack Black, but that's not the first time I've heard that. First time tonight, though. It's normally Jack Black or Neil Young, depending on how shaved the rest of this is. All right, let's see what we've got now. I'm going to add a second guitar to this. Yeah, that might be how I do it, is on the higher part. Let's try that. be playing any covers at all this month. Writing and recording a song every night. Writing, recording, not playing covers. Next month, maybe. That might be fun. Let's try that chord. I think that will sound good, actually. How do I want to do that? Let's see what I can do with that. Day 15. I want to throw I will not be playing any covers tonight or this month. I'm writing and recording songs. Every night this month, writing and recording an original song. Not playing covers. Next month, maybe. This month, no. All right. What chord do I want to throw there? That would sound good if I could actually do that. No, it clashes, and not a good way. That's not bad. Sharing the process of writing and recording a fully produced song every day. That is the name of the game, so to speak. And this is year 8. January 1st of 2019 was the first year. But that doesn't even sound right, because, yeah, I guess it is, though. 2019. Yeah, year 8. All right, let's see. I think the first chord... Oh, thank you, Adam. Glad you dug it. This is clearly a lot different than Throw Money, but is what it is. It's going to become what it is. It may or may not end up on an album. It may not be good enough. The whole point of Jamuary is setting aside the time to write a song, and you write a song. It may or may not be a keeper, but you keep the juices flowing. It's kind of a challenge to yourself. There's nothing in Jamuary that says that it has to be a fully produced song, but I make it a fully produced song. There's nothing in Jamuary that says that I have to live stream it, but I've live streamed it since day one. Self-imposed rules. Last night's song was a keeper, and you were part of the reason, Rach. Thank you for that. I almost threw that song title away. I didn't want to write that one. Yeah, there you go. Sweet. I'll stick around for a minute. I think this is going to sound good. This is guitar 2 and probably the last part of the music, and then it's going to be writing the lyrics and singing the vocals. And here we go. Jellyfish is amazing. I actually want to hold off on what I was doing there. That might sound, there might be a better chord that I can play there. Yep, that's the one. Right there. It's the one I started with. Try it better. I'm going to punch in. The rest of that was fine. Gotta play it right, but I'm right. Here we go. bad, but I can do better on that, and I'm going to punch in on that as well. Let's see if I can get this to sound right. I can't. Yeah, that might actually be all right. Don't want it to cut off like that quite so abruptly, so right here maybe will be the punch in. Yeah, that sounded natural. Gotta go back a little bit further than that. Oh yeah, they're all on Bandcamp. These all go to Bandcamp, and every Jamuary song I've ever written goes on Jamuary once on Bandcamp. And it's $4.73 to minimum to purchase any one of these, and it's 31 songs for that, so breaks down to pretty cheap per thing. And you can listen to them for free for the first like 3 times before it starts like saying, hey, you want to pay up, so you don't even have to buy it. Wasn't sure if that was going to work, but I like it. Yeah, there it is. And there is no break section to worry about. See if this is a good punch in. That's not bad, but I can probably do better. Let's see about right. No, that I can already tell that's not good. Right there looks good. Yep, can't even tell. Yep, that sounds natural and good. Doesn't sound like an obvious punch in at all. Perfect. Oh, I just saved it as the template. That's going to bug me tomorrow because I'm going to be... Yep. Oops. I saved it as the template. That's going to be a problem. That's all right. Poison Pill, the name of the song. At least in theory. 15. This is halfway through, and so we can safely say where the music is done, the lyrics are not written. I'm halfway through with the song, approximately. Maybe more, but probably about halfway through, because we're a little over an hour into this, an hour and 7 minutes. So this is the halfway mark of Jamuary. Since I'm writing and recording a song every night this month, and that basically 15, no, I guess tomorrow, 15 and a half songs. So when I'm halfway through tomorrow's song is when I will be, I'm almost halfway there though. Yeah, and it will have to do exactly, Tiston. It is a reference to the soundtrack to Captain S, of course. For those who are familiar with the Captain S project. You know what? I just made a mistake, and we're going to fix it. Halfway cheers. Almost halfway. Almost halfway. Do. Yeah, no, I will say the one thing you guys were talking about Jellyfish, too. That is the beauty is there's only 2 studio albums, so if you, like, it doesn't take long to research them, but on the downside, you will probably want more, and there will not be more. Not by that band. But there's plenty of offshoots, like Roger Joseph Manning Jr. and the Licorice Quartet, I believe, is the one, and Imperial Drag. And I mean, honestly, Roger Joseph Manning Jr. became Beck's keyboardist for years. So there you go. Multitasking, but you heard about Captain S. Yeah, no, they're over on YouTube. I'm streaming this on YouTube as well. And on YouTube, it's actually showing the DAW. And we have two fans over there, Skyman Follies TV and Tiston01, who are both Captain S fans, y'all are both chatting, but you're chatting in different apps. And Jason Faulkner also, yeah. I loved Imperial Drag. We got to see Imperial Drag open for Alanis Morissette at the Gorge in George, Washington. And it was fantastic. Alanis only had Jagged Little Pill was the only album she'd released, so she played basically every song from Jagged Little Pill. And then Imperial Drag was the album right before. Yeah, they were the band right before, and it's most of Jellyfish, so that was pretty sweet. Seeing probably about 3/4 of Jellyfish in the band Imperial Drag. That was pretty great. They put out one pretty damn decent album themselves too. Yeah, for an undiscovered band, 2 is pretty gold standard for some of them. Yeah, let's party like 2007, pretending to be the early 90s, Adam says. Yeah, Adam's on the TikTok side. Y'all are over on the YouTube side, but I think we have 3 people who are, in fact, familiar with Captain S that are all... That makes sense why y'all chat. Y'all know my history. That tracks. You know, and we were this close. We were this close, guys. I got one of my songs into Rock Band, in the Rock Band network. So my song Sweet Canadian Mullet is in Rock Band for the Xbox 360. We were this close to getting a second song, and it would have probably been Conflict Approaches from Captain S, would have been available as downloadable content, but it didn't come together. Almost happened. If there had been a second song, it probably would have been Conflict Approaches, which would have been fun to have that playable in Rock Band. So, all right, there we go. DLC Quick Play, the name of the people that threw that together, which was nice. It's kind of funny if you looked at the day that Sweet Canadian Mullet came out on the Xbox 360 Rock Band, was the same day that Thunder Kiss 65 by White Zombie came out for Rock Band. So that was fun. Remains one of my happier moments to have one of my songs in a video game. What did I do wrong here? I'm not seeing the files. Did I mess something up? I probably did. I swore I just exported everything, but maybe I exported it to last night's. Oh no, I probably into the template, the one that's listed as template. Oh no, I'm looking for session files. I'm out of it. Clearly I'm out of it. There's all my files. That's what I was looking for, right there. Oh my goodness gracious. If I'd known about the fact that Roger Joseph Manning and 2 other members till a couple of years ago had a deal where you could pay them a few $100 and have them sing and play on a song they're making, that would have been incredible. I did cover Roger Joseph Manning's song Wish It Would Rain. And it's on my on the YouTube channel that you guys are chatting from right there. And he had nice things to say about it. I shared it with him via Facebook, and he was very nice. I got the inclination that he liked how it came out, and that was cool. Good song too. Obviously, I covered it, so that's clearly how I feel about it. The original composition, not necessarily my cover. Yeah, I guess with... Okay. I genuinely don't know if that's the one where I played it through straight or not. think it is. I'm going to listen to it for a moment, but the fact that it's listed as guitar 1 concerns me. That sounds like this split right there. That's not the file that I'm looking for at all. What on earth is going on? All right, we're troubleshooting tonight. That's what we're doing. I really am just kind of out of it. That's part of the problem, is I am just out of it. However, we're going to go back into here and I'm going to see, because I'm pretty sure what that was the original guitar part that I did in sections, and I would prefer instead of that to have the one that I did as close to one continuous take as I could, because it'll be the same amp sound and all that. So let's get that right. I'm going to see why it didn't transfer, or what the name of the file was here. Oh, well, there isn't a second one, so that is actually the right one. Okay. I never recorded it. That's why. But it doesn't sound so terrible that I'm not gonna re-record that. So we're good. We're good. We'll go with what I got here. And especially, like, I could hear it, but like, you got to listen real close for it. Yeah, we'll live with it. All right, let's write a song. Sounds weird still, though. Oh, one's way quieter. Oh no, they're both going to the right. I'm like, why does that sound wrong? I want one to the left, one to the right. Now it sounds better. Troubleshooting everything. I'm troubleshooting everything. All right, let's try this again. That's way better. All right, poison pill. Yeah, it probably doesn't sound much different on the stream, but it's a big difference in headphones. I think we've got a pre-chorus coming. I'm going to duplicate... Oh yeah, that's not what I want to duplicate at all. I want to duplicate my lead vocal settings. There's going to be a reason for that. I hear a call and response sort of thing in the pre-chorus that I want to have a lead vocal there as well with the same settings. So I'm going to do the call and response vocal first here, because I hear I got an idea what I want the call and response to do, so we'll throw that in first. You don't want it. Oh, that's way too quiet now from yesterday. You don't want it. Okay, let's try it better. You don't want it. You don't want it. You don't want it. Okay, so we're going to harmonize with that. You don't want it. You don't want it. You don't want it. Want it. I'm going to go with that with the third one. You don't want it. You don't want it. You don't want it. Yeah, I got it. That's weird because of when it comes through, but. You don't want it. You don't want it. You don't want it. There we go. You don't want it. You don't want it. Yeah, we'll leave those alone. The first time through, we'll do that. Second time through, I'll throw in a second harmony vocal. And this is just call and response. I don't know what the first half of it's going to be yet, but we'll find out momentarily. You don't want it. You don't want it. You don't want it. And harmony vocal. You don't want it. You don't want it. You don't want it. Okay, and we want a third vocal high. You don't want it. You don't want it. You don't want it. And we get this. You don't want it. You don't want it. You don't want it. That's that chorus part. So let's figure out the pre-chorus that leads into the You Don't Want It. You don't want it. You don't want it. You don't want. You don't want it. So close, I got about half of it written. Half of the pre-chorus. You don't want it. You don't want it. You don't. I may just reuse that vocal, I don't know. You don't want it. You don't want it. looks like that may be song, like lyric suggestions. I'm kind of going a different route though. Oh no, what you're hearing right here? Well, I'll sing it. I've got the first 3 lines. I'm deciding on the 4th line, but "You Don't Want It" is of course the background vocal. But here we go. Here's what I've got, because it's called Poison Pill. So let's make a deal. It really is a steal, and nothing is concealed. That's what I got. So let's make a deal. You don't want it. It really is a steal. You don't want it. Nothing is concealed. You don't want it. Well, there it's right in there. So there it is. There it is. Boom. All right. Pre-chorus. Here's what I got. So let's make a deal. It really is a steal, and nothing is concealed, especially not a poison pill. So let's make a deal. You don't want it. It really is a steal. You don't want it. Nothing is concealed. You don't want it, especially not a poison pill. So I know for sure what I want to do here from the beginning. This is verse 1. This is the intro. I kind of want something a little like, I want a vocal effect on me that's a little distorty. Maybe not too distorted, but. So let's make a deal. You don't want it. It really is a steal. You don't want it. Nothing is concealed. You don't want it, especially not a poison pill. Yeah, I want something that's a little overdriven. It might be back to the drawing board on there of what I did last night, which was overdrive the channel, just turn it up too loud. So we'll do that just for this section at least. It's gonna be too loud on purpose. So let's make a deal. It really is a steal, and nothing is concealed. A little better. So let's... Nope, a little early. So let's make a deal. There really is a steal, and nothing is concealed, especially not a poison pill. I'm going to turn it a little further down. That sounds cool. Keep it super simple on the chorus. Keep it super simple. All right. I'm going to do the same thing. We're going to crank up the input on this too. Much more, more than, much more. Much more, more than you bargained for. Much more, more than you bargained for. Much more, more than you bargained for. You get more. Okay, let's try that. Much more, more than you bargained for. Much more, more than you bargained for. Much more, more than you bargained for. You get more. It's not a good thing. More than you bargained for. Much. Let's do that for a harmony vocal. Actually, I think that's gonna be not a tough vocal to sing, but like just getting the grit right. So I'm gonna do 2 more choruses here. Much, much. Much more, more than you bargained for. Do better. Much more, more than you bargained for. Much more, more than you bargained for. Much more, more than you bargained for. You get more. Much more, more than you bargained for. Much more, more than you bargained for. Much more, more than you bargained for. You get more. All right, let's do a harmony vocal for those. Much more. Yep. Much more, more than you bargained for. Much more, more than you bargained for. Much more, more than you bargained for. You get... Gotta go up higher. Much more, more than you bargained for. Much more, more than you bargained for. Much more, more than you bargained for. You get more. And let's do the same thing here. Much more, more than you bargained for. Much more, more than you bargained for. Much more, more than you bargained for. You get more. Much more, more than you bargained for. Much more, more than you bargained for. Much more, more than you bargained for. You get more. All right. And let's see what we got here. Much more. I am definitely going to do it. Boy, that may be a little strainy, but let's try it. Much more, more than you bargained for. Much more, more than you bargained for. Much more, more than you bargained for. That's real high. I'm gonna maybe far. You get more. You get more. I need to ear off on this too, because that's right at the top of my limit. Far. You get more. Much more, more than you bargained for. Much more, more than you bargained for. Voice cut. Voice definitely started cracking there. Which makes sense because I'm near the top of my range for not falsetto. More than you bargained for. Much more, more than you bargained for. Nope. Real close though. Let's do better. Bargain for. You get more. There you go. And I haven't decided if I'm going to do anything on the... I think I'm going to leave the intro and the outro alone here. So we get this by themselves. Harmony vocals by themselves. Much more, more than you bargained for. Much more, more than you bargained for. Much more, more than you bargained for. You get more. Much more, more than you bargained for. Much more, more than you bargained for. Much more, more than you bargained for. You get more. And then with the music we get this. Much more, more than you bargained for. Much more, more than you bargained for. Much more, more than you bargained for. You get more. I can see what I did wrong partially there, because bargain for. Let's see what we got here. I made a mistake on that. I've been doing mistakes all night as far as like production stuff where it's oops, I meant to move this to here. I was like, that sounds really loud, and that was why. Much more, more than you bargained for. Much more than you bargained for. Much more than you bargained for. That was playing both of them, and we don't want both of those. You get more. Yeah, my voice is really breaking up there, wasn't it? You get more. Wow. That sounds really cool with the extra distortion on it. Which again, I just turned up the input too loud intentionally. But it sounds cool. More than you bargained for, much more. And cut this up. You bargained for, you get more. All right, now that's clearly the chorus. I need 2 verses and a pre-chorus. Yeah, and being in a video game was, in fact, a dream come true, and it happened twice because the group that I was in with Shay O'Reilly called the Grammar Club also got our version of Zangief's theme in Street Fighter Ultra HD Remix, where it was like remixed versions of it. Our version of Zangief's theme made it into the game. And my payment on that was just like I got Resident Evil 4 on the Wii and the downloadable copy of that game. I think I might have gotten like a third game too. But payment is partially just like, dude, I have a song in a Street Fighter game. It's pretty killer. Yeah, for real. Here's the sad part. I think mine might still be unopened. It might. I've not set aside the time to play it, and I really need to. One of these days, that's going to be one of my like retirement plan. If I live long enough, is going to be like streaming all these games that I've been collecting over the years and been meaning to play and haven't played. I love the first couple of Resident Evil games. The first 3 I played the shit out of. But 4, I know it's considered one of the best, and I haven't sat down and done it. And that could be a really hilarious like way to do that. Would be to live stream it, where it's like, yeah, I was of the era. I have a physical copy of the game. Never played it, so join me. Like I feel like that would, like there'd be somewhat of an audience for that at least. All right, I gotta write 2 verses and a pre-chorus, and I may or may not keep the same. So let's make a deal. You don't want it. Really is a steal. You don't want it. I think I am gonna keep the pre-chorus exactly the same. Especially where that's where the word poison pill comes in there. I might have considered doing a different pre-chorus, but where the lyric poison pill doesn't happen in the chorus, I think it makes sense to keep the same pre-chorus with the part that does mention poison pill. I could change part of the first half of that. RE6 is the one that a lot of folks I've heard don't care for sure. I did mess around with 5 a little bit, but didn't do much with it. All right. So let's make a deal. So I'm gonna do the same thing here. Overdrive my voice. Whoo! Here we go. So let's make a deal. There really is a steal, and nothing is concealed, especially not a poison pill. Click that I'm going to get rid of. Much more than you bargained for, much more than you bargained for, much. Okay, so let's write 2 really good verses that tie this together, because it's all a very vague theme at the moment. Yeah, I'm just 2 verses away now. All right, and we are an hour and 49 in. think that's where we're gonna. I think that's where we're gonna go with this, and I'm gonna crank up the vocal too loud again. I've got something that you want. Okay. I've got something that you want. Slight correction. I've got something that you need. You need it. I've got something that you want. Slight correction. I've got something that you need. You need it. So let's make a deal. You don't want it. Really is a steal. You don't want it. Nothing is concealed. You don't want it. Especially not a poison pill. Much more than you bargained for. Much more. I am going into this where I was like, obviously it's like a devil's bargain, but as I'm writing this, I even remember back to the twists in the second Twisted Metal game. It's Twisted Metal 2 Calypso, where the winner of Twisted Metal would come to Calypso to claim their prize. And it would be just like every evil genie ever, where the person would phrase it just wrong enough that Calypso could twist it into something that would be agony for the person. Like, where he technically gave them what they asked for, but it's because they asked poorly. It's funny, I have Spenny 2 promo posters for video games. One is for RE4 and the other Twisted Metal 2. See, there you go. I've mentioned both of them in the same stream. This is apparently a song for you. Like, you know, you're the target audience, I guess. No, it's cool. So, especially, like, writing that first verse, I'm like, what is happening? Weird stuff happens sometimes. I will say this. The other night I was wearing the... this t-shirt, obviously, is like Monty Python meets Nine Inch Nails. It's kind of a reference to both. Of course, the nights that say knee, and obviously it's the N-I-N, but minus the second N. And the other night I was wearing one for Bizarre Albums, which is a fantastic podcast with Tori Thaxton. And he talks about weird albums. And I liked the design of the shirt, and I ordered the shirt. And I thought, okay, I will go ahead and I will record a cover song wearing that shirt. And I thought, what would be a weird song that he might feature someday, or that he should feature on his show, on Bizarre Albums? And the one that came to my mind was Crazy Horses by the Osmonds. It sounds nothing at all like what you would expect the Osmonds to sound like. It's more like Led Zeppelin in the 70s, just a killer guitar riff and all of that. And I was really proud of myself. Like, I'm like, yeah, it turned out cool. I wonder what the next episode of Bizarre Albums is going to be. It was Crazy Horses, the Osmonds. I covered the song wearing the shirt, having no idea what the next episode was going to be, and a 1 in a million chance the song I choose that I thought he may or may not ever get to this, it was literally the next episode. And I recorded the song before I saw any information about the fact that was going to happen. That was wild. Super wild. Weird stuff like that happens sometimes. I've got something that you want. Slight correction. I've got something that you need. You need it. So let's make a deal. You don't want it. Really is a steal. You don't want it. Nothing is concealed. You don't want it. Especially not a I need one more verse and I'm going to go. Jeff is back, so I got a dip. Sounding great, though. Hey, thanks, Red. Appreciate it. Got to write one more verse and the song's done. I got some. this might be where I kind of tie it into that. It's going to be just a rephrasing of the first verse, too. I'm keeping the whole damn thing simple. I think we got it right here. What exact... Oh, I got to turn it back up, don't I? All right. Once again, overdrive, too loud. All right. What exactly do you... What exactly do you want? Be specific. I can get you what you need. You need it. That's it, I think. Be specific. Ditch that one because I don't need it, and I think that's the song. I really do. Make some adjustments and master it and call it good, and it's just about 2 hours right now. Listen through once to make sure I don't need to make any major changes first. Adjust this. Yep, we're at about 2 hours. Hear a mouse click that I probably want to get rid of there. Yep, heard it right there. It's like, that sounded like a mouse click. It was.
Need it, so let. Need it, so let. So you need it, so let's make the deal. You don't want it, really is a steal. You don't want evidence concealed. You don't want it, especially not a poison pill. Much more, more than you bargained for. Much more, more than you bargained for. Much more than you bargained for. You get more. Much more than you bargained for. Much more.
Yep, I'm feeling pretty good about it. So we're just going to take that, mix it down, master it, and call it a night. Adam's like, BRB. And by the time he comes back, I'll be off the air. Not that it's air, but the stream will be done, though. Yeah, I like that. And let's cut that out. I did it right this time. Amplify fade. All right, let's do it. We've got save. Oh, don't. Yeah, it did. It crashed. It crashed, but thankfully, I don't think I lost anything of value. Crashed. It's a problem with using old software sometimes, is it'll do that. But I did save it before, so this should just be a matter of re-exporting it and we'll be good. Crashed. Yep, it's the same thing here. Go with that, effects, amplitude, fade, out, done. And let's save it this time. Let's actually save it. And there we go. It's actually going to work now. So this is called Poison Pill. And it's saved that time. That's nice. That's what we wanted. We're going to pull up the file. This time I'm also going to remember where the folder is. That's always a plus. I still got it wrong. Almost every time. Alright, that's okay though, because I know I get it right the second time. That's close enough in this. Close enough for rock and roll. Alright, here we go. This should be the final. Thank you.
So let's make the deal. You don't want it.
that's that real discordant end chord too. Yeah, I'm not mad at that. Not mad at that at all. 2 hours, 7 minutes. So under 2 hours and 10 minutes from start to finish. That is not bad at all. All things considered, appreciate it. Yeah, no, you do. If you were rocking the acoustic song today, I thought that your name looked familiar actually too, so that tracks. And the Big Orange, my guy, yeah, Big Orange is long gone, I'm afraid, but it was fun. Although I haven't used Hollywood as much, but we ended up getting a couch at a thrift store, I think Value Village, that came with the name. The name of the couch was Hollywood, and we decided that Hollywood would keep its name. So there is Hollywood. Hollywood is lower to the ground, but still comfortable, very stylish. I need to utilize Hollywood more for like acoustic song a day if I bring that back at all. I've done it a couple of times where I'll do like a one-off or whatever, but then it doesn't stick usually. So I had my however many days in a row that I did it, and then it was around the time that I realized that I had repeated a song. I was like, well, that kind of blows it. It was a lot of days. There are hundreds of videos. The Acoustic Song a Day channel, mostly still there. One song got flagged and taken down, and it turns out that there were a lot of people that covered Supertramp, and when they covered Supertramp, ended up hitting a lot of people's channels with flags. Like there's a thing where it gets flagged and nothing really happens, or they take the ad revenue from it. But like, this is a strike. It was an actual copyright strike for the Supertramp song that I had covered, and you hit 3 of those, you lose your account. So that got removed, and I'm like, yeah, well, I'm never covering another Supertramp song as long as I live. And I've seen other folks that got hit in a similar manner. So, yep. And so there you go. I think that's it. Thanks for stopping in and all that, but we are done for the night. Do. All right, guys. Thanks. Have a good one. I'm going to shut off Twitch first. Then I'm going to shut off Facebook Live. And as usual, it would seem as... Thank you. I think part of the fun is like keeping it simple sometimes is the way to go. And tonight, kept it very simple. And I think it paid off all right. It's